and that's a bit shocking. One last thing about museum, you can see some of the faces here are a bit weird. You see the two faces there where I'm pointing my finger. These faces, Picasso wanted them to look like African traditional masks. He had all a collection of African art and he said it was the best art ever made after his art, of course. And if you like Picasso, non-Western art from South America, Africa, South India, don't hesitate to go to the Quai Branly Museum. Quai Branly Museum is just next to the Eiffel Tower. It's a very beautiful museum, very new, with very incredible collection. The good thing there mostly is that not a lot of people like this kind of art, so you're a bit all alone in Paris. So if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by all the people in the Louvre, go to Quai Branly and you will be way more alone. And the good thing is you have a terrace at the top overlooking Eiffel Tower, Trocadero and the Seine River. It's one of the best views in the city and it's for free with the tickets. So that's why I recommend you this place most. Quai Branly. I can write it for you at the end if you want. It's a very French name. Talking about very French things, I have another thing I want to show you here. You see behind you there, you have this dark green fountain. Have you seen this kind of fountain before in Paris? No? Yes, it's a water fountain, yes. You have more than 200 fountains like this one in Paris. They are called the Fontaine Wallace because they were offered to the city by a Scottish philanthropist called Wallace in 1871. Now you might wonder why a Scottish guy had to offer us water when we were one of the biggest cities on the continent. 1871, you're 1 year after one of the biggest wars between France and Germany, and Paris was a siege for 1 year, so we had no running water anymore. And to top it all, after the war, we did what we always did in the 19th century. We did a revolution. You might know about the big revolution, 1789, with guillotine, Marie Antoinette, all that.
Magna Carta.
Magna Carta? Well, that's a bit older.
That's very old.
You must know after this one, 1789, you had one revolution roughly every 25 years until 1968, and we're still waiting for the next one. I will keep you updated.
So it's an industry in France.
Sorry?
It's an industry in France.
Yeah, it's the part of the run of industry more. But yeah, to tell you very quickly about this revolution, I don't want to make you asleep on this beautiful square. The Parisians feared that the kings would return after the war. So when the government put cannons here in Montmartre, not pointed at the German army, but pointed at Paris, they were pretty angry about it. They came here, they took the cannons and declared Paris independent from the rest of France. So for a few months, Paris was independent, it was its own state. It was a very fun moment, it ended in a very not fun way. The government sent the army and 35,000 Parisians were killed in 1 week, in what we call the Bloody Week. If you go to a protest still today in Paris, we have a protest almost every Saturday. If you go to a protest, people are still waving the flag of La Commune because it's a very important event, especially for the far left. The good thing is we still have this fountain, as you see, they're still working. I will tell you more about the revolution later because it's linked to the Sacré-Cœur. But you see on this fountain, there's still good water because the space between the two statues is just so an horse mouth can't enter it. You used to have lots of horses in Paris. You can't hold the water because this place is